What's up, guys? This is bricktac 37, and this is my set review of set number 75299, aka Trouble on Tatooine. This set consists of 276 pieces, comes with 3 beautiful minifigures, 3 builds, and of course, the long-anticipated, new and improved Beskar Mandalorian. Let's take a better look at these guys. This set retail for $29.99 US dollars, which is, equivalent to $30, which this is now the cheapest Mandalorian set you can get. Alright, this set is based off of Season 2, Chapter 1 of The Mandalorian, and it looks pretty good. So, let's just look at the box art here. It's shows pretty good. The Mandalorian coming in on the new speeder with Grogu and his little baby holder. The Tatooine background is pretty good with the Tusken Raider and the 2 little builds. I'm going to build this, and then we'll go over the minifigures, and then we will go over the play features and the builds. As you can see, I took all the bags out of the box, which is 3, which, is understandable, 1 for each build. And one thing I just would like to note out is that this is a big instruction manual for like a $30 set. It's taller, but, it's not, thick, but, it's quite a bit taller. And then one thing is, it shows the minifigures that will be coming out with the new sets in the winter 2021 wave, and which is good. And this is kind of like for the Imperial shuttle. That is slightly disappointing for, I think it's going to be like a $70 set, and only comes with 3 minifigures, and not great minifigures, you know what I mean? They're reused, and, but it also shows all the sets that will be coming out, and, that are out. Some that are out, and some that will be coming out in the future. I myself have 2 of these, 3 TIE Fighters, and a new X-Wing. I do have some of the old X-Wings, though, but we might do a comparison video sometime down the line. And I will be doing an unboxing and a review of those TIE Fighters. I'll probably have that up either today or tomorrow. But definitely disappointment for that Imperial shuttle right there with the bad minifigures. Alright, we're gonna build this thing, and I'll see you when it's built, boys. The full build is completed. Not the full build, but you know what I mean, guys. The 3 little builds. So, we're gonna dive right into these minifigures, and then after we're done with the minifigures, we'll take a good, close, in-depth look at the 3 little builds. Starting off with the standard Tusken Raider. This is, no different than the one we've seen in a couple other sets. I think they did a really good job with this kind of print. The head design is very well done. The little axe with the little piece on the end, it really captures how they actually looked in the movie and in the shows. Moving on, we have Grogu, or the child, or Baby Yoda, whatever you want to call him. He is here himself. And yeah, I'm a lot of Lego people, a lot of Lego fans and people in the community don't really like the way they did him. It's not great, in my opinion. It's not terrible. I think they nailed the head print. I think that, the head mold is definitely what carries the rest of the figure. Because he's he's fat, his arms don't look very good, his torso printing is, meh. His hands are what kind of makes it really terrible. But, it gets to look across, and it works. So, obviously, back printing, obviously a little thick boy, but yeah, it's okay. Definitely not the best. Moving on, we have the figure, the pipe. The figure that you would probably buy this entire set just for this single minifigure. It's, the full Beskar Mandalorian. They should have released it sooner. It's got the beautiful print. It's got the arm print, which you rarely ever see. It's usually only in UCS sets or in, what's that new series? I'm not sure what it's called. The Ultimate Builder series or something. But, this guy is really good. He's got his 2 blasters with the hose piece and the blaster pistol with the lightsaber part and the little hook piece on the end. It gets to look across. It ain't bad, but it works. It looks good. And, of course, there's the back print, which no jetpack, though. That is one thing it does not have. It does not have a jetpack. But the torso print is really bad. Really, really nice. Yeah. Well, the whole print, the arm print, though, if you can get a better look, there's this little flamethrower on his arm. Does it have a holster? I don't believe it does. But compared to the other version, it's really good. My only main problem, and a lot of people would probably agree with me on this, is the helmet. It is very, very bright. It's like, I'll throw a pic of it up onto the screen right now. As you can see, it is slightly off. I think what you could easily do, because I have a couple of these Mandalorian minifigures from past sets, you could definitely take the helmet off of the old Mandalorian, put him on the new Mandalorian, and I think it looks a little better. It looks a little more sleek, but the new one is pretty good. Also, if you look, it does not have the Din Djarin. I probably just said that wrong, but I don't care. It does not have his head print. We've seen him multiple times before, but we have yet to see a Lego head print. I'm just going to put back on the other helmet just for review purposes. But yeah, we have not seen his head. I think that's just, not a fault, but a lazy Lego moment. But, this figure definitely deserves all the hype. It looks really nice. One thing that would make this better is if it came with the jetpack. Because at this point in the show, he had the jetpack. He was wearing it. But I wonder if that would be more expensive for them to produce a silver jetpack. But, still, it would be nice to have. But if you notice, I don't know if that's I don't think that is a misprint. But look at nah, it's not a misprint. I was just taking a look at it. But yeah. This is definitely the holy grail of this set. Now we are moving on to the 3 little builds, which is pretty good. It comes with 3 minifigures and these 3 decent builds. A couple are better than others, but let's get into this. We'll take our first look at the speeder. Alright, so we're taking our look at the speeder design. It's really good. This is probably, along with the new Mandalorian figure, this is probably the best little build of design. That's arguable, but I still believe that this is easily the best one. And also, this was a pretty good build. It doesn't take very long, but it's a nice, fun, sleek build. It's got the little pouch on the side to hold Grogu or the child. I'm going to call him the child. Baby Yoda's just kind of, play on words kind of name. But there's a lot of good little detail on the side. It looks pretty, here I'm just going to throw up right now. But yeah, they got the look across pretty dang well. And one thing, I really like this little system here where you can put the child in there. But one problem I have with this is, here, I'm going to zoom in a little bit. If you look, and when you try to pull him out, it is kind of difficult because when you go to pull him out, his head, okay, it didn't happen there, but his headpiece pops off a little bit, and then it's really difficult to get him out. So we're just going to leave him in that little pouch right now. On the other side, of course, there's the backpack that we see in the show, but I still think the jetpack would have added the extra element of realism. I'm going to take his blasters off for the placement. But it's also good because they've noticed they've started to do the 2 studs instead of the 4 studs. So when you pull it off, the legs don't come off. So it is a little interesting. You got to pose him the correct way. Oh, me struggling. But you have to pose him the right way to get his hands onto the... There we go. But the cape, honestly, I have 2 of these. So I might... But the cape you might have to worry about. But... he looks, I think this is a very sleek looking speeder. Definitely one you could use in mocked. It's pretty to scale, too. If you look at the show, it's pretty good for a Lego set, considering most Lego sets aren't to scale. This one is indeed pretty good. Alright, so we're going to put this off to the side and start with the next one. Alright, we have the little Tusken Raider. Oh, the name slips from my mind as I'm filming this YouTube video. Go correct me in the comments, or just tell me what this is called, because I'm too lazy to Google it, but I want to get this, YouTube video done. I want to review this, but it looks really good. Like, everybody's seen, well, not everybody, but I've seen the show, and this looks exactly how it looks in the show. Well, not exactly. The only thing that I think it's missing playability-wise is the actual ability to pull this little area back. I saw that on a couple other LEGO reviews, and I'm thinking, if they actually made a feature so you could, draw it back, and, like, maybe it wouldn't do anything, but the fact that if you could draw it back, that would be kind of cool. The Tusken Raider, it's a bit big, but I think that's almost to scale again, how it is in the show. At the front, it looks very, very sleek. Like, look at that. That looks pretty good. But on the back, I know, most people probably won't look at the back, but on the back, it is kind of meh. Because, you want the Tusken Raider back here to fire it. That's how you want to use it. But look at that. It's a little weird because you have to, like, bend the legs down. But the legs are posable and whatever. But it's just a little, playability-wise, it lacks just slightly. Of course, it has the spring-loaded shooter. There we go. And I believe it comes with 2 of these, which is really nice. And these, as far as I know, these are one of the only sets where these are actually included. Most are red or green. And I think they have some other colors for LEGO Ninjago, but Star Wars-wise, you never really see these. But, playability-wise, this little shooter is really well done. Like, look at that. I think it's pretty well done. These things spin, But, yeah, I'll throw a picture of what this looks like up on the screen now. But yeah, they got the look across pretty damn well. But, let's move on to the last final, little build. Okay, now we have the third and the final, and in my opinion, the worst. I know. But this is probably the worst build in this set. It's sort of, and here, right, before we get into it, I'll give you some pros. It looks how it does in the show. You can, playability-wise, you can have them sit down, they sit around the fire, but it's just kind of lacking in many places. But, it's, if this was better, it could have been a better set. But, that's kind of cool how it can fold out, but it also kind of isn't. The top gaps, like in the old Millennium Falcons, it's very fragile. Like, right here, it's strong, you see, because of the, I don't know what that piece is called, but, that little Technic connector but right there, very weak. If barely touched, it'll fall off very easily. And it's only connected in one spot. Look at that. It's only connected in those little spots. And for there, you have to attach it on there and then push it down. But this entire back little area here is connected by one stud right there. Look at that. Pops right off. And then this part right back here comes off with just one little pluck. But yeah, this little hut that they go in at night to keep them warm from the cold Tatooine nights, it is the biggest downfall of this set. But, it works. It works. But you got the pot with the bone. You can put the bone in there. Came with a couple extra bones. It's a decent, I don't know. I don't know what to say, guys, about this little hut. Its interior is pretty good. It's got little seats, but it's just like no room. You can barely place a minifigure in there. Look, it hits the ceiling. This just, I get it's a $20 set and you can't really bash it, but I feel like, even a kid with, like, a couple parts could make this better. Another mod I saw, I forget who did it, name slips my mind, but is that with 2 of these sets, you can make one complete one by taking this piece out and putting it in the, but, I might try that with another Mandalorian set when they go on clearance, or when later in the year when they're not in such high demand. This little area is cool, but like I said, this is like it's fragile, but I don't think it's the best of the builds. Easily the best build is the speeder with the Mandalorian and Grogu. And then this is the second best, probably. The little slingshot, that's what I'm going to call it. It's essentially what it is. And then finally the hut. The hut it's bad. Like, it's bad. It looks good on the box art. Look, on the box art, it is indeed pretty good. But when you actually get it, playability-wise, it's not too great. Like, close-ups on it. It's, like I said, it lacks in a lot of departments. But, yeah. And there we go, guys. Thank you for watching. This concludes my set 75299 review Trouble on Tatooine. It's a pretty solid set. Like, you know, it's got a couple downfalls. That absolute dog water hut. But, you know, speeder's really good, and little slingshot's really good. The minifigures are really good. Especially at the price. You can get the new Mandalorian, the new Grogu. But I'll definitely be putting that Mandalorian with my Razor Crest. But definitely, this is a very good set, and I highly recommend it. But these were very hard to come by. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe. Check out my Instagram. It's honestly just for telling you I might have a mock or two up. But thank you, everybody, for watching, and I hope to see you again soon. Peace.